Okay, so I made a few mistakes in the month of March. I'll be the first to say it. Well, I mean, technically the commenters are generally the first to say it, but I will admit to it. Yeah, okay, I made some mistakes. But I am determined to learn from those mistakes. And the first step in learning from mistakes is to acknowledge them. So hence this video where I acknowledge my mistakes, the mistakes that I made in the month of March. And because I am obsessed with listing things, ranking things, I put together a little ranking. My top 10 fails for the month of March. Starting at number 10. Michael the Astrologer. Now, I thought that it would be a fun way to talk about books. I would write some horoscopes and then give recommendations based on that. I thought, oh, that's a unique way to talk about books. So I write a horoscope for Gemini, then I write one for Sagittarius, then I wrote one for Cancer. And then I'm thinking, oh, what are the other zodiac signs? So I Google what are the zodiac signs. 12. There are 12 zodiac signs. I had no idea. My goodness, that's a lot. But I had already started, so once I start something, I have to finish it, and that script took a lot longer to write than I was expecting. And then I get to the filming, and I figure the script took so long, I'm not going to take the time to memorize the script. So what I'll do is I'll take an idea from Bad is Rad. I saw in one of her videos where she overdubs her script, and it's just in the camera, it's just on her with some graphics in the background, right? I said, I'm going to do that. So I record the script, and then I sit down on the ground outside naked and just wrapped in a blanket, right? And trying to look peaceful and zen and smiling. I had no idea how hard it is to hold a smile for 20 minutes. My goodness. So that video was a lot more difficult to make than I expected. People who saw the video, I think some of them liked it. Not many people saw the video. The video didn't get many views, or it didn't get a lot of views. So on the one hand, I'm kind of disappointing. It's like, oh, I put so much work into that video, and people didn't watch it, or a lot of people didn't watch it. But on the other hand, I'm quite relieved. Because if that video had been a success, I would have had to do that every month. But no, never again. Michael the Astrologer was born and died in March. At number 9 on my fails for the month of March, The Fraud by Zadie Smith. Now, ever since this book came out in September of last year, I was really excited to read this book. Because I had read Zadie Smith's first book, White Teeth. Thought that was amazing. So I was eager to read something else by her, and she came out with The Fraud. Sounded great, historical fiction. Let's go for it, right? And I'm reading the book. I don't know if you've ever had this experience, but I'm reading the book, and she's such a good writer that the paragraphs are short paragraphs generally, short chapters. And the paragraphs are really well written, and it's a nice read. And I'm thinking, wow, she's such a good writer. Yeah, this is great. And then I'm halfway through the book, and I realize I have no idea what is happening. I do not know who any of these people are. I don't know what the book is about. I don't know what she's trying to say with it. I plow ahead, and whatever Zadie Smith was trying to say with this book, it just went completely over my head. Now, I am only willing to accept partial blame for this fail. I think that the writer needs to share some of the blame. as well. I mean, when I go into a work of historical fiction, I'm expecting a more immersive experience. I mean, emulating the style and tone of the 19th century generally doesn't call for brevity. So this short attention span, Twitter vignette style of writing this historical fiction story, I don't think the two go together. Anyway, yeah, The Fraud didn't work on me, and I was really expecting to love it. At number 8 on my list of fails for the month of March, sugar. See, I like to do experiments on myself and experiments on my mind and on my body, you know. So I figure I would eliminate all sugar from my diet and see what happens. Which shouldn't have been difficult. I did not expect it to be difficult. I don't have much of a sweet tooth. I don't eat much sugars, really. It would basically maybe no pastries in the morning, which I only do occasionally, and no alcohol, because alcohol is sugar, and no fruits. So I would allow myself some natural sugars, like bell peppers have a little bit of sugar in it. I figure that's okay. Yogurt has a little bit of sugar. Figure that's okay. But I'll get rid of all the big sugar foods, and no alcohol, and no fruit, and no pastries, of course. So I'm a week into this experiment, feeling terrible, by the way, because sugar is an addiction, even if you don't eat a lot of it, relatively speaking. It's an addiction, and so I'm going through withdrawal for a week, I'm thinking. And then I discover that one of the staples of my diet, chickpeas, or kikeraten, they are loaded with sugar. I had no idea. I eat so many chickpeas. Do you have any idea how much sugar is in this can of chickpeas? This is 265 grams when you take the water out. 265 grams of chickpeas. Do you want to take a guess how much sugar is in this? 29 grams. 29 grams of sugar, and I eat this all the time. So much for my sugar-free diet experiment. So I have to start all over again. At number 7, being swayed by the buzz. I fall for this every time. You know, like there's a book that everyone's talking about, and everyone's, this is a masterpiece, you have to read this. And there's a big buzz going on about that. And me, I cannot resist the buzz. I hear the buzz and I just jump in. I have to read it. But not all buzzes are the same. And not all buzzes come from the same buzzer. Some buzzers are not good buzzers. Sometimes there's the buzzer that lets you into the door. That's a good buzzer. But sometimes there's a buzz and it's a mosquito. And you've got this itchy mosquito bite. And you're freaking out because you think you have malaria. So not all buzzes are good buzzes. And I know this, I've been burned by the buzz many times. But in March, again, I got burned by the buzz. I am currently reading The Reformatory by Tana Narif-Du. And this is a book that many booktubers have been talking about and praising it. It's a big book, it's like 570 pages. So I did not want to read it because the premise did not appeal to me, and it's a ghost story. Ghost stories never work on me. So I figured, okay, let them enjoy the book, good for them, it's not for me. But there's too much buzz and I ended up reading, or starting it. I made it through about 300 pages and I really wasn't into it, but I kept going. And now it is actually starting to get good. So maybe I will end up enjoying this book. The jury is still out. However, I generally have several books going at the same time. So at the same time that I'm struggling with the beginning of, or the first half of The Reformatory, I read The Devil Takes You Home by Gavin Iglesias. And I hated this book. It won the Bram Stoker Award last year for Best Horror Novel of the Year. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It's not a good book. I should have read a few reviews of the book, and then I would have probably got enough red flags to know that it's not a book that was going to work on me. But I didn't read the reviews. I went into it blind because of the buzz. We need to start buzzing about better books, I think. Or I need to stop going into books blind. Stop blindly following the buzz. And yeah, make better choices. Which I will do starting next month, is something I say every month. At number 6, no Davis Grub this month. I had started out 2024 with the goal of going through Davis Grub's entire catalog, starting with The Night of the Hunter, which I read in January, and it was amazing, 5 stars. Now, he only wrote 10 books, Davis Grub, and I read his last book, Ancient Lights, last year, which is what got me on this idea of reading his catalog, because he's amazing. And so I only have 8 more books to go, and in February I let that slide. But the thing is, next up after The Night of the Hunter is A Dream of Kings, which has me nervous because it's a big book. It's historical fiction set during the US Civil War, and it's set in the South. And also the library doesn't have it, so I have to buy it. I mean, I have to pay like $3 for the ebook. So I did not read A Dream of Kings in February, and apparently I did not read it in March either. So my Davis Grub project is not picking up momentum, is it? So I'm going to consider that a fail, because I set that goal for myself at the beginning of the year, and I am not following through on it. Does anyone want to read A Dream of Kings with me? Do a buddy read. It's a big book, but it's Davis Grub, so it's probably amazing. At number 5, a few weeks ago I put out a video, top 10 greatest debuts of all time, or something. And this was a video I was very proud of, because the list is great. It's great works of literary fiction and a few genre books as well. And I was really happy with this video. And in this video I featured, I talked about Midnight's Children by Salman Rushdie as one of the greatest debuts of all time. But that is not Salman Rushdie's first book. No, that's his second book. It's the second book. And I featured it in my top 10 of greatest debuts. So disappointed in myself. I mean, you guys, you come to this channel for great takes on books. You come to this channel for facts. And what do? I tell you, Midnight's Children is Salman Rushdie's first book, when it's clearly not. Idiot. Number 4 on my list of fails for the month of March. Clean Mud. Clean Mud. That's what I gave you. I gave you Clean Mud. I promised you spice. I promised you drama. I said I'm going to get together with some booktubers and spill some tea and have some fun. And what do? I put out this video, Epic Fails by Cliff Stark Gems. But they're not epic fails, are they? Just a video of flattery. Poorly disguised flattery at that. I was very excited and happy that Cliff, over at Cliff Stark Gems, he invited me to participate in his live stream. So that was very exciting. And I thought, let me promote the live stream, and I'll put out a video, like a diss video or a roast video, and make fun of his channel, But it was so tame, so tame. I say I want to throw mud, I put my hand in the mud and I throw it. It's just clean mud. It's not really mud. It's all a lie. It's all fake. And you, the viewer, you come to this channel. What do you come to this channel for? You come for genuineness. You come for honesty. And what do? I tell you, The Midnight Children is Salman Rushdie's first book. I tell you I'm going to add some spice to things, and I just, yeah. Clean mud. At number 3, tepid extremes. Now, I had left a comment on Bad as Rad's video about extreme horror, and I was like, oh, this is great. You've got me interested in extreme horror. And so she's encouraging me to read extreme horror, and so I told her, yeah, I will do it, right? Which is fine. I mean, I sincerely wanted to read extreme horror and check it out. But I didn't realize just how much pressure I was going to put on myself for doing that. You know when somebody recommends a book for you and then you read it and then all of a sudden you realize, oh my goodness, I have to like this book. If I don't like this book, the person who recommended it, they're going to be insulted. They're going to be... I don't know if that happens to you, if that's just me just getting carried away with things, which might happen occasionally. But yeah, I felt a lot of pressure to love the book, and I liked it. I did. I legitimately liked it. I didn't love it though, and I felt like I should have loved it, but I failed. I failed to love. My goodness, I am shocked. Usually, I'm so successful at loving, but not this time. At number two is a tough one. Number 2 is a tough fail. Look, I'm still in France. Still in this small town in the south of France. I'm going crazy. I need to be in the big city. I need to get out of here. I need to go to the big city. And I'm supposed to get out of here. I'm supposed to go to the big city, but I'm still here. I'm still stuck. I have no money. How am I supposed to move? How am I supposed to get out of here with no money? Which brings us to epic fail number 1. Yes, still no job. No source of income. It's kind of, if I weren't like a delusional person, it would be like kind of scary, the situation I'm in. But since I pay so little attention to reality, it almost makes me laugh. But it's not funny because I need to make money so I can go live somewhere. I have a cat to take care of. Speaking of making money, I'm experimenting. I'm experimenting with this channel, and it has recently started being monetized. And I'm curious. I'm collecting data to see how much money a small booktube channel can make. There are different categories of videos, and the advertisers, they pay different rates depending on the category. So for example, booktube is considered entertainment, and that is the lowest form of the lowest amount of money you're gonna gain on YouTube. Education, children, that kind of thing, tech stuff, the advertisers pay a lot more for that. And what they pay the most for is for like finance and working online. Like apparently, you know those videos like how to make a lot of money in a day doing nothing, right? Like advertisers will pay a lot of money to advertise on those videos. Maybe they think that people who watch those kinds of videos are kind of gullible and they're just willing to throw their money away. So if you see on this channel, I will post some videos that have nothing to do with books. You're like, what is Michael doing? Well, Michael's experimenting, trying to expand the channel and trying out new things. But also I am collecting data with different forms of videos just to see about that. So basically, because I can't make any money, I need to tell other people how to make money, and that will make me money. That's as I understand it, that's how the world works nowadays. I don't know. But I will still continue to put out booktube content, but I'm going to try lots of random things. Probably go more into writing as well. Writing and editing kind of videos. So that was my month of March. How was your month of March? And how is your month of April going to be? Is it going to be as great as my month of April? I hope so. And I look forward to connecting with you in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I'll see you at the next video.